Our final speaker for the night, and to wrap up, it is all about mind, body, what we eat and what is on our skin as well too. Sarah Ellis has recently joined us. She used to be my torture chamber massage therapist when I was a boxer, and she's also now a Pilates instructor as well too. She's a sports medicine and sports massage therapist, so knows all the intricacies, has worked with a lot of the rugby league clubs, and obviously now using her brains to continually train up in the Pilates as well too. Sarah, so excited to have you on board in the team.
Thank you.
How are you settling in so far?
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. I love when the kids come, the boys, the adolescents, sorry boys, when they come and they think Pilates is easy, and then they have a little sweat going, eh?
How have the boys liked it so far? I saw quite a few of you been doing the classes. Are we enjoying it? Yeah. What are probably some of the biggest benefits of adding a class like Pilates to your system?
So I actually love this system, and I'll tell you why. Because you do so much in weight training, but you never use the little accessory muscles, like the little ones that you really need when... I always say, like, you know, when you're on the field and you run and you pass the ball, like, you never really train that in here like weight, where when you're in a reformer, you actually have to learn how to brace, to turn, and to breathe at the same time. So it really helps the whole picture. It's like, you know, brushing your teeth, like use your toothbrush, then you use your mouthwash, and then you floss. So it all three components come back together.
And in terms of doing that, there's a couple of different forms of Pilates in there as well too. I mean, you spoke about sort of switching everything on and having that stability, but there's also mobility and flexibility and a couple of different areas in there. What's probably the benefits of doing a little bit of everything in there?
Yes, so with the kids, how I do it here with the kids, I train them really hard because it's a 50-minute session. I want to train them really hard for 30. For 10, we go really into mobility, and then we go into stretching, because what's so good is on Pilates, like, you're constantly tapping into your nervous system because you have to deep breathe. Like, your body, you really get in tune with what is happening with your body. And when we go into mobility, it shows them individually really quickly where they could work more on it, where they could get better, or when someone is hypermobile, where they shouldn't go.
Yeah. That's me, hypermobile. One of the sessions in particular is amazing because the parents can come as well too. What's the difference between when the parents come in? I almost call it, we did have some boxing sessions on, it was babysitting for the parents. It was a perfect time for them to do something for themselves, but they can come in and do that. What's the parents' classes look like?
So the parents' classes, I train more functional movement. Like, you sit a lot at a desk, like, you just want to stretch a bit. So I always start with a mobility first there, then I work them hard. And I love educating along when they do the session. Like, I explain to them why they do it, where they should feel it, and where it's going to benefit them in everyday life. So, you know, it's like constantly I'm talking. I think it's my best trained muscle. So that's what I really believe in, like educating while you're doing, tell the adults why they do it, and they can see the same benefit then for the kids, because monkey see, monkey do, right? Yeah. If the adults see, oh, it actually works well for me, why would I not want my kid to go and do it?
We see a lot of professional athletes using it now as well too. You mentioned the boys are now having a crack at it, like your Ronaldos, your Socceroos are all on there, the NRL stars, swimmers in particular have been using it for a really long time. But what is the difference between prehab and rehab when we're in that sort of recovery space?
So your prehab is your preventing of an injury. So let's say someone comes in, I can see some inefficiency, you put them on a bed and you go like, right, we're gonna work, your glutes are not firing, I'm gonna teach you how we have the muscle-mind connection, how we connect it, what it should feel like and how it should feel like. And then your rehab is more based, the injury has happened, you have seen a health professional, with their guidance you come and see me and we get you back on track. Yeah. Because what the good is on Pilates is also works on your mental space, because you have to breathe, you have to tap into what is happening, and that's the good part about it.
You really get to slow down in there as well too, and I speak about it in the fact that you do a lot of exercising, you go for training, you go for runs, and you're still sort of dissecting your day. You don't get a chance to think about anything except you not being able to count in a pulse. Pilates instructors can't count, just a reference for anyone in here, but you really do get to switch the mind off in those sessions and concentrate exactly on the present of what you're doing. In that wellness, it's like the perfect thing that you want when you're training, isn't it?
Yes, like especially I am like that. Like it's all about slow movement, control movement, you in control of it, because it's so easy to cheat under a load, right? So let's take the load away. We go on a light spring, and you can show them really quick how they actually have to focus to go through things. So yeah.
And massage therapy is another thing you do, and I've had the pleasure or displeasure of being one of the patients on the bed.
Do not listen to her.
Amazing. I wish you wouldn't be here otherwise. But how important is it to be doing massages as well as doing things like Pilates, even when you're not injured? It's just that the general upkeep of your body.
So I think massage is still seen as a luxury, which we really have to step away from. Like it is a necessity. If you want to be an athlete, a top athlete, you need to take care of yourself. And like massage is my absolute passion. And I've been very lucky. I worked 9 years with only professional athletes mainly. And what I love about it is, you know, you can do as much mobility as you want. You can do your stretching as much as you want. You can use trigger ball on the foam roller, but sometimes you need that extra add-on. It's like you need that fine-tuning of the body. And what happens if you don't do that? That's when injuries happen. That's when your soft tissue comes in. Like, I can't prevent anything that happens in a joint or in a bone, but I can reduce up to 50% your soft tissue injury, which that comes with you see regular someone, like you trust that person. And I always say that please don't go to the massage parlors like with kids, because they are not trained. They don't understand anatomy. They don't understand when these kids come in and say, you know, that hamstring feels really tight. All that person says, oh, I need to rub here. But that's how I not work. I go like, why does it hurt? When does it hurt? When did it start? You know, with females, which stage in your period are you at? Like, what is happening with your body? So you check so much more before you even touch the person, and then you go, let's see, you know, how you stand, what's your footwork like, how is the running feeling, how do we lift? So it becomes so much more than just rubbing a body, like, yeah, it becomes very holistic.
And even with the ice bars that we have there as well too in the room, and saunas and infrared, there's a difference that women need to be aware of as opposed 100%. To men as well too, isn't there?
So men can go into very cold water. Men adapt very easily to cold, whereas they struggle in sauna. So they cannot adapt to heat very well. Whereas women, they can't go into ice baths below 10 degrees. Like our cortisol, our nervous system can't deal with it, so don't do it. I always say to all my girls, jump into the ocean, it's your best recovery. You know, it's cold, you got the magnesium already there, you know, the salt, the freshness, do that. Whereas women can really cope with heat. Like we can go in there for 40 minutes and we will sweat half as less as a man will. Wow. And so, but again, then if you take it a further step, you know, it shows that, or science shows that when you go into sauna and you go to that point in a sauna where, oh, it's getting too hot, and you stay for another like 60 to 90 seconds in there, you actually pushing yourself past the limitation of your nervous system that it can cope with new stress level.
And we don't need more stress.
No, we already have enough.
What advice would you say to the parents to making sure that the kids stay on track, and also just a reminder for the kids to make sure that they're doing the right things?
I think for kids, it's mainly having a daily habit of checking in with yourself. You know, have I slept enough? Do I maybe need to do some mobility work? You know, all my athletes, when I say to them, what do you do at night besides watching Love Island? They go, well, I'm sitting actually on the floor and I do mobility. So mobility is something you are not gifted with. You have to work every day for it. So besides when you're hypermobile, another story. And it's also like, do I need to just stop for a minute, get off the devices and just breathe? You know, like we are so not in tune with ourselves anymore that shows. It shows on the gym floor, it shows on the field, and it shows in a Pilates room. So little things like that.
So basically, if you've got time to sit on the couch or lay on your bed and then check your phone at night, you've got time to do some mobility or some sort of...
If someone says, I don't have time, I'm like, man, everyone is scrolling for 10 minutes. You got plenty of time. It just, do you want to be, I think the question you just have to ask yourself, do you want to be a good athlete? Do you want to be the best for yourself? Like, that's the question you have to ask yourself. And I worked with the top kids up there, and you know, when I ask them, what is your routine, what it is, consistency. I show up for myself. I take people like you serious, you know, like, you should always be nice to your staff around you, your coaches, because we put so much effort in and we believe in you to 110%. So if we can do that, you own that to yourself too. So
I love it. Do we have any questions that we want to ask regarding the mobility? Yeah, kick off.
So in an ideal world, if you train every single day, you should have a weekly treatment. Dot point. Reality is very different. So let's say for you guys, I would suggest if you have treatment, massage between 3 to 5 weeks, you will feel a really quick benefit on how this will become much, much better for you. Like, your performance will come better. It is also well-being, you know, like touch is like well-being. You tap into your nervous system. So it is so much more than just releasing a muscle and preventing injury. Like, it depends where your budget is as a family, how important you see it. Like, I worked with young kids that I see on a regular basis because that's what their parents choose, and their kid like trains 5 times a day and needs that. So yeah, so in an ideal world, weekly. In a reality, maybe between 3 to 5 weeks.
Now, these guys have got brothers at home. I know ideally we want to get the massage done by a professional, but are there things that they could potentially be helping each other out with at home, whether it be partner stretching or something like that, that would also be beneficial there?
I'm a big fan of trigger balls. I absolutely love trigger balls. And you know, the thing is more like sometimes a coach or someone like me will say to you, just use a trigger ball on the roller, and you can see it on their face. They're like, what the hell are you talking about? Like, yeah. And then I always ask them, I was like, do you know what I want you to do? And I always show it. I always show it how I want the mobility to look like, how it should feel like. I do it with them. I walk through it, because how will you know when you've never done it? Mm-hmm. Like, sometimes you see a YouTube video and you go like, yeah, but how should it feel like? Yeah. And that's where I come in, or someone like me comes in and go, this is how it should feel like, this is where you should feel it, this is how you really quickly can change a tissue. And it's again like, you see it a lot in NRL, you know, when they warm up, they all do their individual little prehab there before they do the warm up, and little things like that goes a long way.
Well, we're going to be getting Sarah on the camera to do some videos on the trigger balls and rollers as well too, which will help you guys in between massages. You've got a question there? Yeah, have we got that on the app yet? Not yet, it is coming. So we will make sure, I'll put a message out, an email out, and then make times when Sarah's available to fill in. Willow?
You can have a treatment on game day. But again, you can't go to those massage plaza, please, because game day treatment is very different to everyday treatment. So game day treatment is your trigger point, it's fast release, warming up the muscles. Whereas when you come during the week, let's say they have game day on Saturday, on Friday they call me and go, I'm not feeling great, but I really want to play tomorrow. I will squeeze them in for a treatment, even if it's for 30 minutes. We're focusing on what is happening in the body. We fine-tune that. So I want you to imagine massage is like you're driving a Porsche. It needs to have a service. The orange light goes on. You're going to put it in service. You're not even going to question that. But then we're always questioning our own bodies. Oh, we can wait a bit longer. So if you want to perform well on game day, do it the day before. If it happens on game day, you can still do it.
Yeah. Alex, fire away.
So if you're getting like a full sports massage, someone told me that, this is probably a lie, but someone told me that if you get a full sports massage, you need to like wait before you train or play because of like toxins or something. Is that a thing, or is it just if you get a full sports massage, that's already like priming you to get ready to train and play?
That's a good question, and I would say that person really lied to you. So the way I treat is like I could treat you right now and you could go and run your race out there. Does that make sense? Like, I think it comes to the individual down, and that's my specialty. Like, I love sport. I love the challenge that it brings you on. And it's like when you say to me, I have a boxing fight tonight, you know, I need to train tonight because I got a boxing fight coming up, but I need treatment and it's the only time I can fit in. You're going to make it work, right? Like, yes, you do. You activate the lymphatic system at the same time, but we are so deep in the muscle that we flush through that. Does that make sense? And with sweat, you're going to activate your lymphatic system anyway, straight away again, and then you drink water. So, yes, I know a lot of people say, oh, you can't have a massage and then go and exercise. No, you can. I do it all the time. Yeah.
Perfect. All right, please put your hands together for Sarah Ellis, our newest team member here at MTE. Thank you very much.